You read the title correctly, my friends. It's going to be the last ride of me with the Maserati Quattroporte S. Now, it has been a lovely, lovely car, but it's time for me to go on. I've told you on Instagram that I will probably sell this car, and I'm probably selling the M6 too, to buy something else, right? To kind of consolidate into a sports car that I really wanted for myself. But I have to admit, now that I look at it, you know, it's really a lovely car. There is two things that I really don't love about it, but it has nothing to do with the Maserati Quattroporte himself. It has to do with the tuning that has been done to it. Now, I have been thinking quite a lot about it, and I've been, kind of reasoning with myself. Should I sell it? Should I keep it? And so on. But I finally came to the decision that it's the best to sell it. It's a high mileage Maserati Quattroporte, and I don't drive it that much, right? I have been enjoying it for the last 2,500 kilometers. It was like, I don't even know, maybe 2 months or something, or maybe just a month, right? And it has been lovely. It's not the fastest car, and there is one faster that I would like to own at some point, and it would be the GTS. This is the Quattroporte S, the facelift, but it was a wonderful thing. Now, what I noticed is the following. I have yet to experience a community like the Maserati community. I mean, as soon as I posted that I bought the car, people wrote me instantly, if you need anything, let me know. If you need parts, I have a friend that can sell you the parts, and so on. I mean, it was brilliant. It was fantastic to do so, really. And I mean, everybody that saw it said at first, oh no, don't buy it. Oh God, it's catastrophic. It's going to cost you a lot, which I thought it will, but it didn't. It was a fabulous experience, and I very much liked it. Now, why do I sell? Well, to be honest, the reason is quite simple. I bought the car like in a very unusual way, right? I was talking with friends. Somebody just came up, a friend of mine, and said, hey man, I sold the Aston Martin Rapide to a guy. Then I said, what? Who is buying an Aston Martin Rapide in 2024? And he said, well, it was an elderly gentleman, very cool guy, and so on. So we started talking, and then he told me, well, he gave us a car as a down payment, right? He gave this Maserati as the down payment for the Aston Martin Rapide. When I heard down payment, I said, what do you mean? I know it's coming in for cheap then. What kind of Maserati are we talking about? And he was laughing. He said, hey, it's the most grandpa spec you can get, right? A black Maserati with beige seats, wooden steering wheel. Nobody would ever buy that thing from him. And I was like, say no more, brother. That's exactly my thing. Next day came, and I gave him the money and bought this beautiful Maserati Quattroporte. Now, if I buy a Maserati in my lifetime one more time, which I 100% will, to be honest, I love the experience, there is one thing that I will make sure about, and it's that the car is in absolute original condition. Because here we have aftermarket wheels. The car has been lowered in the front also. It has, as you can see, this widening disc here, widening discs, so it looks a little bit more wide. And it sacrificed a lot of the luxury aspect of the very nice driving, because it's hard. It's actually hard. It turns in better. It turns in very nicely, but it's actually very hard to drive. It's a hard car, right? The suspension is pretty firm. But just looking at it from this angle, my God, it's so beautiful. What a lovely thing. I mean, come on, look at that angle. Coming to the inside, I bought the car right after I was basically doing the review of it, and I noticed some things that I didn't know about before. You see, there's a bunch of buttons here, right? And I found out that they actually work. The car has massaging seats, it has cooled seat option, and it has a heating integrated into the seat. So I mean, I tested it out, and basically everything worked. And this is the main reason for the car, right? The ZF Automatic. It really drives wonderful. There are some downsides to it. However, I'll explain. Let's say you're at the parking station, right? You parked your car, you turn it off, and it puts on the rear brakes, the handbrake automatically. When you drive off, it takes like ages for it to release, and most of the time you just want to drive off, and you drive off and it brakes while you're driving off, so you are sacrificing your rear brakes basically without even knowing. You just drive off and the car is still braking. That's a little bit, yeah, old school, but other than that, it's a very beautiful car. The infotainment system is outdated. Still, it's a fantastic car. Now, as I know me, I will probably regret selling this car. And to be honest, it is, you know, listen, I thought when I bought this car, I thought it was going to be a drama, right? I'll be completely honest with you. I thought all of the things that I was reading, I thought it was going to be complete garbage, drama, everywhere problems. But the first problems, usually they come up within the first 500 kilometers you actually drive the car. But I have been driving now for 2,500 kilometers, and the car hasn't been anything but beautiful to experience. I mean, in all honesty, the M6 is much more of a drama queen. This German engineered, perfected car, wonderful craftsmanship, is so much more of a drama queen than the Maserati that I can't even believe it, right? I wish I had bought the Maserati Quattroporte GTS for a good price when I had the chance, because I didn't, right? I didn't. I thought, not really sure, so I didn't buy it. I didn't even consider it. And to be honest, it changed my mind for Maseratis forever, right? I mean, especially this car, the facelift Maserati Quattroporte. So what I will look up for next is maybe a Maserati Gran Cabrio with the ZF automatic. The automatic system here, absolutely beautiful to experience. I mean, the car is really, really nice it's a beautiful drive, and people love it and they like it. It has a fantastic smell in here. It's just a pleasure to drive. So I'm very sad it's going, but it's just like, right, I don't need all of those cars, and I want to finally buy a sports car, right? I have done this YouTube series. I thought it was very funny, and it's going to be funny in the future. I will still buy some very strange cars, but I don't need two luxury super cars, right? Luxury super limousines or grand tours or whatever, right? If I have a sports car, for example, something like a Cayman GT4 or a Porsche 911 GT3 or something like that, and then a luxury limousine like this, I would agree. But an M6 and a Maserati Quattroporte is just like, at some point you really have to stay right? I mean, let's be honest. I told you this is a liability and not an investment. For now, it might be in the future, but the Maserati was 191,000 kilometers. At some point something is going to happen, but it's a lovely, lovely car to drive, and I am very satisfied with my experience.